So I have been asked about my clothesline. I use these pins. I got them at Lehman's, same place I got the clothesline. And we are 8.5 feet in the air. It has been here going on 3 years. This has not rusted. This is a cable coated in plastic. And the beginning of this season we had to replace it. It got sticky. But remember, I'm in a marshy, salty, very hot location. And that is a 12-foot post at the bottom, 2 feet in the ground, and clothes are hanging on it. This is the redneck sign of spring. Oh yeah. Yard shirts and bandanas drying in the sun. So here's the clothesline from this side. There's the post, 2 feet in the ground, 12 feet. It was a 12-foot post, so I guess that's 10 feet. But anywho, works out just fine. Do not hang your underwear and bras out. These are yard clothes, okay? We'll hang our shower towels out here, but I won't take towels directly from the washer. They just get hard. If I want an exfoliation, I'll go to a spa. Like my towel soft. So anyway, my solar doesn't power 220. And the sun will dry it quickly. And one advantage to using a clothesline, and for those who are on a well without an RO system, the sun will really help with your whites and keeping them white. I used to sell antique linens, and I used to get old yellow discolored beautiful linens, napkins, doilies, tablecloths. And when I had fescue, I would lay them out in the grass, hose them down, and let the sun and the chemicals, natural things in the grass, would whiten those. And then I would hang them on a clothesline on the sunniest day I could find, squirt them down wet, and it'd be just outstanding. So save yourself $1. If you're not 8.5 feet in the air, you can certainly make a longer, bigger clothesline. But this works for us. Let the sun do the work. Save $1. Oh, and when you hang your t-shirts, hang them from the bottom, not from the shoulders. My husband does his own laundry. Why, you ask? Because he is a grown man. And he hangs his from the shoulder. And a lot of times he has 2 little puffed up things. I'm like, oh, people got to think who have a clothesline. Oh, he hangs his t-shirts up wrong. Redneck sign of spring, people. Redneck sign. It is May 4th, and here is my garden update. This second row, I have added tomato seedlings, some aromas, one's a Virginia sweet. We've had heavy rain and wind for 2 days, and they're doing fine. The garlic's about ready to get pulled, right there. And then, here is Pecan Corner, Paul and Tina's big fat okra seeds coming up. Looking really good. And I've got some flowers on that tomato. Then I've got red peppers, not like chilies or cayenne, red bell peppers. And then a big fat tomato at the end. And I have actually had one give birth. To get my shadow out the way. Yay! So this row, the tomatoes are substantially bigger. From my update, that is a butternut squash there. And I am trying a new flat orange squash next to that, where the white sticker is, steak. And my husband's blackberries are going bananas. So the flowers are over, and they are filling up. And I got in here and did a big killer weeding. So there will be blackberries. My lettuce is doing fine. My peas have flowered. Some are different sizes. And this was indicative of what I went through last year. Had to pull out 2 cantaloupe seedlings. They just looked ill. But the one at the bottom's fine. Then I've got garlic chives, morning glories, basil, some wildflower seeds, and then oregano. And my asparagus is doing fine. Then I've got, this is a sketty squash, or spaghetti squash. That is a little squash who doesn't want to do anything. And then a new seedling tomato I put in yesterday. My strike beans, we have odd soil and it's an odd environment. So I had to replant that one and that one from seeds. But look at this big fatty McNatty. It's a weird place to garden. My crackhead cabbage is rocking along. And I have got an alcachofa, or artichoke. He's so cute. And he has his little satellite one off to the side. And then I've got another seedling there, and that one. I had to buy a new pirate flag, because you got to have one of those, because it got so windy it got toe up. So the garden's doing well. Now we've started for this be the third day of very heavy dews in the morning, and last year that brought me powdery mildew on my tomatoes. Then I got fungus, then I got early blight, and then I got late blight, and it was a disaster. So this year, I am not using heirloom, I'm using hybrids. This is just too harsh of an environment, sadly, and they're too disease prone. So I'm cutting off the suckers and seeing how this goes. And just from my experience last year, I have seedlings going in the newly constructed greenhouse. The first sign of funk or disease, I'm ripping those suckers out. So my friend Diane gave me some swamp flower seedlings. Then I got a morning glory from Jerry Pruitt. And then I'm trying potatoes here. There's our gorgeous compost. And then another bucket of tomatoes. So far, so good. And there is my crackhead cabbage. The thing is invincible. But I'm letting it rumble. Do what you do, crackhead cabbage. So the hubster is building a new rain barrel platform way up in the air for better pressure. And there she blows. So then I'll need a bigger step than that little one over there to walk up to fill it from the top. Always building. The man loves wood. So greenhouse action. I actually finally, for the first time ever, got some king peppers. Now those are heirloom from Baker Seed. I've never gotten them to come up directly in the garden, but I got them done in little seed pods and then here. Then I've got 2 Romas. Then I had some sad looking seedlings, and these are beefsteaks. So I've put them into a larger thing, made my own mix, peat, topsoil, mushroom, compost, perlite, our own compost, swished it around. Then I've got some other things happening. These are also beefsteaks. I'm trying this from the suckers that you pull off. If you stick them in dirt, they should grow something. I don't know if a 4 o'clock is a tomato or a flower, so who knows? That's the joy of gardening. Something's bound to happen. Then I've got that, that is a black plum tomato. So here is the new stand for the rain barrels from this side. Exciting, I know. Not for you, but for me. So this is a new area that my husband's doing. He's got striped beans. His potatoes are thriving. That's one of those compost boxes that we had to start with here because we didn't have a deer fence, and raccoons and everything else would have dug through our kitchen scraps, but it just couldn't hold up to turning with as much compost as we were trying to make. And that water is coming through our RO system. It discards more water than it actually sends to you. So my husband's just trenched it through here, lets it cut into the garden. And he's got some grapes going there. And then his little lemons and things over there. But he just directs that water, the discarded from the RO, right down there. And then there's our kohlrabi that I got from Jerry Pruitt. And he's got collards. Forget what else he has in there. But having another area. Now this area gets less sun and is much more moist. Because the marsh is right there. Call that the divot. And that's where heavy rainwaters will go through, but that's also where the marsh comes in when it was super high tide and we're having a full moon. So that's happening. And then there's his burn pile. But you have to find a day it ain't windy here to burn it. This is what his potato bins over there are from. These just will not hold up to being full. Several people use them here, but I promise you, we only got about 3 inches of compost in the bottom. We were adding all our food waste, coffee grounds, and it just couldn't handle it turning it. And again, see all the rust. We're in a saltwater, windy, harsh, hot environment. So these things happen. Turn it into something else. Drill a bunch of holes in the 2 halves and get to getting. This was fun. If you can see all the raccoon prints out here. They're using our little kayak launcher as their little area to come and have their evening snacks in the pluff mud. Because this is all oyster shells if you've seen when the tide's down. So we got an outgoing tide and a gorgeous day. And I was out here fishing with a little glitterily, sparkly, hot pink rooster tail, and these tiny, tiny crabs were grabbing at it. So it's a pretty day.